We got Ocho, Steven Peterson, back here on the program, who is live here on the treadmill right now doing this interview. I appreciate the multitasking, but he's going to be taking on Luis Pena coming up here at UFC Nashville on March 23rd. Ocho, how are you, man?
I'm great. I never felt better. Just over here getting some cardio, trying to kill two birds with one stone. You know what I mean?
I like it. I like the multitasking. That's great. Of course, your last fight was your first UFC victory. I was there. That win over Matt Bessette. I know you were happy with the performance, but I don't know if you saw after the fact Bessette, talking about how he thought he won the fight. What were your thoughts on that? Because I think a lot of people watching felt like you did decisively win that one.
Yeah, he was. I think just a sore loser, really. At one point, he landed a couple flashy head kicks, or they slapped my face, so it was kind of loud. Got a good fan reaction, but as far as the overall fight, I felt like I controlled the fight, I dominated, and I took it to him. He's supposed to be the black belt on the ground. I took it to him on the ground, so he was really butthurt that I took him to the ground and I was beating him on the ground. But if you watch the fight, he had like 4 or 5 hard shots he shot in. He was the fact that he was upset about me taking the fight to the ground and saying that I didn't want to stand and bang. He was kind of off over there. You know what I mean? I don't know what he was talking about.
So that was back in July, and here we are talking about a fight in March. Did you think it would be this difficult getting a fight? Because I imagine you wanted to fight sooner than that.
I did want to fight sooner than that, but I also had some injuries. I didn't tell anybody, but I tore my bicep in February in that Brandon Davis fight. And just getting to the July fight was kind of a task because I was rehabbing it, and it was more of a maintenance thing or damage control. And then once I got to the fight in July, it was tough getting through that. And afterwards, I definitely felt the effects and just needed to take some time off and rehab it properly, which I have done. So.
Were you surprised when they told you you're fighting Luis Pena, I should say, because he's a lightweight. I think he could almost fight at welterweight. That's how big of a guy he is. What was your reaction when they presented the matchup to you?
Yeah, I didn't even see it as a possibility. But now that it's happened, I mean, it's a great matchup. I feel like he's making a big mistake dropping down to 145. He's gonna he's bones at 155. So at 145, he's gonna be completely depleted. He's gonna be not healthy, and that's definitely going to show as the fight goes on.
Did you see him at all when you fought? Because you fought the same week. You were both on International Fight Week. Did you see him at all? Did you talk to him at all when you guys were competing that same week?
Yeah, we saw each other in the elevator at the hotel and kind of give each other a head nod, like recognize each other. Yeah, respecting, exactly. Like I said, I didn't see a possibility of fighting him. But now that it's happened, it's great for me. He's extremely popular because of the show. And, I expect to feed off of that popularity.
How much do you think experience will play into this? Because he's only got 6 fights. I know he had a couple fights in The Ultimate Fighter, but you fought, for LFA. You fought, even heading into the UFC, you had a lot of experience. Do you feel like that will pay off in this fight?
Yeah, I have 24 professional fights. And even, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, I was fighting guys with the record that he has now. So, and back then, looking at the footage of those fights back in the day, I was terrible. I mean, I had some tools to finish the fight, but as far as overall just fight IQ and controlling the fight, I had none of that, and now I've come full circle. So. I'm really looking forward to showing off my experience in this fight.
How's training camp going at Fortis? You guys it seems like fighters competing every weekend. How's everything going over there?
There's no easy days. There's no easy rounds. I mean, my easy round would be Austin Lingo, which is an easy round. He's like 5-0, he's all knockouts. And I got Miles Johns, Abdul is El Swati. He's the Brave champ over in the Middle East. Like all these guys, high level training partners. Just I can't take a day off. I can't take any rounds off. Otherwise, I'm going to be the nail. So just to try and keep my spot and prove that I belong in the UFC. All these guys are trying to get to the UFC, so they're all hungry. So I just got to step up my level every day.
Imagine the cuts going well. I think people forget you used to fight at bantamweight, so 145 a lot easier to make the weight limit.
Yeah, and I've had a year now since last February to settle into this weight class, and I've been working over here at the Extreme Studio Performance here in Dallas, and doing a whole new strength and conditioning routine with Mike Scatia is my new strength coach, and he's actually working with all the Fortis fighters right now. We got Macy over here, we got Charles Bird, both of which will be fighting March 2nd.
I'm going to see him next week. I'm going to cover that
Yeah.
card. So I think Charles and I might be playing some video games. We'll see.
Oh yeah, nice. So yeah, we're getting it in over here. Alonzo, Jeff Neal, Miles Johns, all of us getting our strength and conditioning here, and it's definitely showing off tenfold when it comes to the rounds in the gym. We retain our strength into later rounds, and we're just not getting tired, man.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
I got Coach Saif Saud and Tony Mack, my boxing coach. As for fighters, probably Damon Jackson. I'll have to ask around to see who's available, but there's no lack of training partners that'd be glad to come with me for the trip.
Yeah. Plus, Nashville's such an awesome city. I went there once and I loved it. I want to go back.
We're dubbing it Smashville now.
Yes,
Smashville, and it's going down.
Yeah, just keep that mentality. How do you see this fight playing out on the 23rd? You know, Pena's never been finished before. Is that something you're looking to do here?
Pena's getting finished on March 23rd. There's no doubt in my mind. Dubbing it Smashville. I'm going to smash. I'm coming down. Pena's going to be weak. He's going to be tall, long, but he's going to be weak. And I'm going to get inside and I'm going to smash him. I'm calling a second round TKO.
How's the radio show going?
Radio show's going great. Fight Fit Lifestyle Radio. We go live every Friday at noon on KVGI Radio. It's an app. Also on Facebook Live on the Fight Fit Facebook page. We do a little podcast from there.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's, because that's something you could do after fighting too if you wanted to do the broadcasting thing. We've seen a lot of fighters go into radio after their careers are done.
Yeah, no doubt. I like to do that and commentating. I had a real fun time commentating on the XKO fights, which is a local organization here in Dallas.
Yeah, they do kickboxing too. I know Kevin Holland fought for them.
Yeah. They do kickboxing. I was their bantamweight champ back in 2011. So, I go way back with them, and it's cool to be able to come back around now that I'm fighting for the UFC and just do commentating jobs and like little meet and greets there. It's real fun.
Where do you think where do you think a win over Pena puts you in the division? I know he's coming to a new division, but he's a pretty popular guy. This would be 2 in a row if you got this here. I imagine you'd be sitting pretty good. As
far as popularity goes, it put me through the roof. He's got like 30,000 followers on his Instagram, something like that. So a win over him would definitely make me more of a household name. Not quite a household name, but that's what I'm shooting for. I want to be a household name by the end of 2019, and I want to be in the top 10, at least top 15. Coach said, it's no secret, he put it out there in the media, if by the end of 2019 we don't have a number by our name, then that's a fail. And I don't take that lightly. That's a challenge, and I plan on being in the top 15 by the end of 2019. I think 1 or 2 wins will put me there.
Steven, always appreciate you taking the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, where they can find your radio show, and if you got any social media or anything like that, the floor is yours.
Follow me on Twitter at 8ocho08, on Instagram, same 8ocho08, Facebook.com/Ocho Nation, and Fight Fit on Facebook. That's my brand. Check us out at fightfitlifestyle.com. I know it's a lot, and we got a radio show every Friday at noon on KVGI Radio. It's an app, and kvgiradio.com. I appreciate you having me on, James.